2025, and it's about time that I did a pedal board build update. So let's dive in, let's see what I've got on the board, why I've got it, and then let's hear some sound samples. Okay, so there's always a bit that sucks at the start, which is get everything off the table. Yeah, what do I envisage the board being? A little bit like that. But we're gonna go volume pedal, compressor, Plumes, Earthquaker Devices, POG 2, Onward, Wondertoe by Beat District, Ferme, El Capistan, Lost and Found, LVX, Big Sky NX, and 2 stereo. That's the plan. I'm going to use this pedal board, which is by South Van Gogh that they kindly sent over to me. This was a while ago. Lightweight but strong. It's got a power source built in here. Okay, before I do that, let's get a rough layout. Volume, I'm going to use this Dunlop Mini. Don't really like it, if I'm being honest. It's just too small for my foot. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to upgrade just for this one gig, but longer term I want to go back to an Ernie Ball Volume Junior. So I'm going to start with putting where I go into at the top, and then sort of work my way down so that I've got my Big Sky and LVX near the bottom / off the board, because I'm not sure it's all going to fit on. Like Onward, sort of there, but I just wanted that for the trend. Just to add some texture, some parts, into Ferme. So that would be, say there. That ain't gonna fit, is it? So that's a problem. Okay, we're gonna keep this board because it's got 10 power outputs, which is exactly what I need. And we're gonna have the LVX and the Big Sky to the side. That is the decision. So they're more like that, more like that. Yeah, so we can just have the 8 on the board. Makes it a bit more spacious, which is a good thing. The LVX, can we go wide enough? The LVX and the Big Sky, sort of there. Yeah, we could do that. Okay, let's go again. My volume pedal would go on here. Power first. And again, it's just getting the angles right, making it be as less clunky as possible and less likely to go wrong. Third one underneath. There we go, that probably will work now. It ain't worth it. Okay, so we're gonna get these 1/4 inch cables in now, get it all connected, and then we'll give it a go. Guaranteed one of these cables at least isn't going to work, and I will need to take spares. Power working. TRS out into 2 sort of standard stereo ins. So stereo out into 2 ins in my L cap, because the L cap has got 2 ins and 2 outs. Big Sky, and I want that to be a bit wider because I am going to be looping on that. It does make me a little bit nervous. Yeah, I'll probably move that up there. I don't want to be hitting that volume pedal. Okay, so might need to switch some of these cables around. That looks a right mess at the minute, but let's plug that in before I do anything else. Double check they're working. Right, we have blast off. We are working. Jesus. Volume pedal. It's a volume pedal. And obviously I'd use that in combination with other stuff, but if we just go with my sort of stock Hall preset that I've got in the Big Sky, which is my favourite sound in the Big Sky actually, just love it and always have in the old Big Sky, or the original Big Sky 2. Lovely big pads. Pads, I said. Bit of L cap in that. And that, those 3 things, Desert Island. That'll carry me home. So I have the compressor on. Let's turn it without. I have it on medium setting, medium blend with a little bit of a volume boost. Just glues my guitar together, and I've used that for years, love it. And I've got the plumes on, and I have it on permanently. So I'm not looking to get much boost or distortion from this pedal for this type of music that I'm playing. It just gives me a little bit more crispness and clarity, a slight little bit of teeth. There you can see I've got the gain right down, and I've got this in mode 2, so without. Just a bit more presence. Some of them are almost like to use as a pair, but my volume pedal, my compressor, my plumes, pretty much they're both on all the time, and I'll be sort of riding the volume pedal through the set. My other pedal that I've got on nearly almost all the time will be the El Capistan, which isn't stuck down yet. I love the dark repeats in this, and I love the fact that by holding these two buttons down and moving the time dial, I can bring in spring reverb as well. I don't need much spring reverb for most of this set, in all honesty, because I've got the LVX and the Big Sky for that sort of expansive pad-like delays and reverbs. But without, it sounds like this. Love it. Mess with the repeats. I have it dark, so the tape age up, and I like some quite a bit of wow and flutter. Mess with the mix depending on the part. If you add a bit of spring reverb in. Absolutely love it. Okay, so I've got the Wonder Table by Bleak District electric, and I have to set the volume carefully. I don't want this to give me a volume boost, so this is without. So I don't really want to use the gain portion of the pedal for the tremolo. I want the rate sort of very gradual, not too deep. It sounds like this. That's fine, and that's sort of where I would have it. I don't really want too much depth because that'll kind of almost kill the signal. So I want it about there, don't want it too fast, although it could be a bit quicker. But I'd always use that in combination with reverb or delay. So for the purposes of this, I don't think I'll use the reverb in here, but let's just try it with it in. So it more likely the Strymon. Adds a nice bit of modulation. Could use it with my Hall verb, setting on the Big Sky as well, so sort of without. With. Just really, really nice. I'm using the Onward for one preset that I've created, one sound only, but that is the error stage of the pedal, and I've saved it to the left preset. It sounds on its own like this. Now again, I wouldn't use that on its own. I'm probably more likely to be using that as part of a pad where I want movement and I want texture to be built into it. So I'll turn the El Cap on, and we'll go back to my Hall, the Big Sky. Sounds something like this. We'll fade it in. I love that sort of thing. So this is what the thermo sounds like in the isolation. Can't even remember what it is now, but I'm definitely adding a bit of pitch. It sounds like this on its own. I'm just looking for texture with all these things and adding points of interest rather than just standard delay and long haul pads. Definitely have reverb when I bring the POG in. And I sort of stick on this preset that I made here. So I like the slow attack, so I always bring that down a little bit. I want some of the higher octaves to feed into. So again, you could be doing something like a nice pad. For example, swelling on this, just a D. Without the POG and then with the POG. Yeah, and you're getting that sort of like interstellar Hans Zimmer sound, which I love, sort of an organ sound, but you're essentially adding layers and octaves. Honestly, I've got at the minute one sound on the LVX that I'm using, which I've created. It's called Solo 1, really original. Basically like a reverb, which is bonkers when you've got big sky, but anyway, that's how I've got it set up at the minute, and I use the poly structure and then I add a load of crossfeed in, so it's a nice stereo image. And I also then use the looper in this, which you engage by holding down. For example, stuff like that. So you can loop it, adjust your board a little bit, get a bit more cut through, and then if you want, play with the top. That is the board. Any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you don't already, follow, subscribe. Loads of videos here on the channel around all this sort of stuff. There'll be something for you for sure if you've got this far. Thanks for watching. See you later.